Okay, class, our lesson for today is intercepts, zeros, and asymptotes. These lessons are for week 3, LC1. Okay? So let's start sa intercepts. Okay, examine where the function crosses the x-axis and the y-axis by solving f of x is equal to 0 and computing f of 0. So we can find the y-intercept by setting x is equal to 0, then solve for y. Okay, so the points of intersections of the graph to the axis are here, x-intercept, so the point where the graph crosses the x-axis, so we let y equal to 0. And then for the y-intercept naman, the point where the graph crosses the y-axis, so set the x equal to 0. So let's have the example number 1. F of x is equal to 1 over x. So we change the f of x again. Papalitan natin yung f of x ng y. This one. Kaya magiging siyang y. And then sabi nga niya, kapag x-intercept, let y equal to 0. So 0 equals 1 over x. Okay? So since 0 is not equal to 1, therefore, no x-intercept. Wala tayong x-intercept. So y-intercept naman, we let x to 0. So papalitan mo ng 0 to guys. So magiging 1 over 0. We all know sa rational function, ang restriction is never dapat magkaroon ng 0 denominator kasi nga undefined. Okay? Sample number 2. F of x is equal to 10x over x minus 3. So we have here the x-intercept and the y-intercept. So for the x-intercept, let y equal to 0. So tingnan nyo to. Okay? So change lang natin yung y ng 0 and then cross multiplication yan guys. Magiging ganito siya. 0 over 1. So 0 times x minus 3 is 0. 10x times 1 is 10x. We have to eliminate the 10 beside the x. Kaya magdi-divide tayo ng 10. So magyayari is 0 divided by 10 is 0. So therefore, our ordered pair now is 0 and 0. For the y-intercept naman, same din, but we let x as 0. Change lang natin ng 0 yung mga x. Kaya nga siya 10 times 0, 0 minus 3. So this one is 10 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 3 is negative 3. Okay? So when you divide this one, ang sagot niya is 0. So we have here the 0 and 0 ordered pairs. Number 3 example. F of x is equal to x plus 5 over x minus 2. Okay? So, x-intercept, y-intercept. Pag x-intercept, palitan mo lang daw yung mga y ng 0. So, f of x, palitan mo siya ng y. So, magiging 0 yan. Ito. Tapos mag-over 1 ka, cross-multiply. Ito, mawawala na to. So, matitira lang xx plus 5. And then, since naka-equate siya ng 0, transpose sa kabila. Therefore, our x is negative 5 and our y is 0. For y-intercept, ganun din, change na lang natin yung mga x variables. So, 0 plus 5, 0 minus 2, canceled out. 5, 0 plus 5 is 5. 0 minus 2 is negative 2. And then, eto ngayon ang ating y-intercept. So, ang sagot natin, 0 and negative 5 over 2. Example number 4, f of x is equal to x squared minus 2x minus 8 over x minus 5. Sa x-intercept muna tayo. We have to factor 2x squared minus 2x minus 8. Ito yun. X minus 4, x plus 2. Kasi we have to simplify muna guys yung ating given. Okay? So kapag nakasimplified na siya, doon na tayo magsosolve for x-intercept. So, since x-intercept, let y equals to 0. So, 0 yan over 1. Then, cross-multiply, guys. So, 0 times minus x minus 5 is wala na. Ang matitira na lang is ito. Kasi pag minultiply mo sa 1, ito siya. Okay? So, we have 2 x-intercept here. Yung isa, 4. Ito, positive 4 yan. Kasi, x minus 4 equals to 0. Pag transpose mo yung negative 4, magiging x plus 4. x equals to 4. Kapag naman x plus 2 equate to 0 and then lipat si positive 2, magiging negative 2. So we have 2 x-intercept in the given. Okay? Now, let's solve for the y-intercept. For the y-intercept, guys, no need to factor. Palitan mo na lang daw yung lahat ng x mo ng 0. So, 0 to, gawin mo 0 to, and then 0. Okay, so ang matitira is negative 8 and negative 5. The final answer is positive y over 8. Bakit? Negative divided by negative, it's positive. Kaya nga po, y is equal to 8 over 5. So, therefore, our answer is, we have an x, okay? X is 0, and then our y is 8 over 5. So, example number 5, again, factor out natin. We have to simplify muna the given. So, this one, ganito siya. Pag finactored mo kasi to guys, recall nyo yung mga grade 8 lessons nyo. Pag nirecall nyo yun, maalala nyo yung square root of binomial. Ito po yun, x squared minus 25 magiging x plus 5, x minus 5. Okay, factoring of trinomials, ito din. So, x plus 5, x minus 3. So, kapag na-factor mo na or na-simplified mo na yung given, this time, let y equals to 0. So, yung f of x nyo, palitan nyo ng y, magiging 0 over 1 na siya. Cross-multiply. Matitira ito, guys. Diba? So, therefore, what is our x-intercept? It's 5. Okay, pag nilipat mo to, magiging 5. Ito naman, magiging negative 5. So, dalawa yung x-intercept natin actually. 5 is equal to 5 and 0 and negative 5 and 0. Y-intercept naman, no need to factor. Just replace lang daw natin lahat ng x ng 0. Okay? So, simplified natin yung negative 25 over negative 15, 5 over 3. So, therefore, our y is 5 over 3. Our x is 0. Okay, that's all for the x-intercept and y-intercept. Now, let's go to zeros. So, values of variable that will make the function 0. To solve, equate the function into 0 and solve the same step in solving x-intercept. Easy lang to, guys. Okay, so h of x is equal to 1 over x plus 8. So, tingnan mo lang yung numerator mo. Let x be 0. 0 yan. Tapos, so here is the 0 of hx is 0. So, it means that the graph touches the x-axis at x is equal to 0. Example number 2, g of x is equal to x plus 5, x minus 3. So, the numerator is x plus 5. So, equate natin siya into 0. Ang mangyayari is, the 0 of g of x is negative 5. Bakit negative 5? Nilipat lang natin siya sa kabila. Diba? So, it means to say that the graph touches the x-axis at the x is equal to negative 5. Okay? Ganun lang kadali yung zeros. Now, let's go to asymptotes. An asymptote serves as a boundary line which the graph of the function approaches. Okay, there are three kinds of asymptotes. We have the vertical, horizontal, slant, and oblique. In this lesson, guys, vertical and horizontal lang po yung aking na-discuss. Since ito lang kasi yung kasama dun sa ating modules. Okay, so let's start sa vertical asymptotes. Vertical asymptotes exist where the denominator would be 0. Graph as a vertical dashed line. Okay, there could be more than one. The equation x is equal to a, where a is the value that makes the denominator is equal to 0. So, let's have the steps. Simplify the function. Equate the denominator equal to 0. Find the zeros of denominator that are not zeros of the numerator. Para mas maintindihan siya, let's have the examples. So, example number 1, f of x is equal to 1 over x. Our x is 0. Okay? Paano nangyari yon? Okay, our vertical asymptote is x is equal to 0. Our denominator is x, di ba? Pag inequate mo siya sa 0, it's 0. Number 2, h of x is equal to x over x plus 8. So, kunin mo yung denominator mo, equate mo rin ng 0, and then lipat lang siya. So, the vertical asymptote is negative 8. Example number 3, g of x is equal to x plus 5 over x minus 3. So, denominator pa rin, lipat mo lang si negative 3 sa kabila, magiging siyang positive 3. So, our vertical asymptote is positive 3. Example number 4. Okay, tingnan nyo sa number 4. Kinuha lang natin yung denominator niya, nilipat mo lang, and that is your vertical asymptotes. Example number 5. So, next example number 5, you have to factor, guys. Okay, kasi hindi siya nakasimplified. So, we have to do something muna to get the simplified form. So, factor mo yung x squared minus 36, ito po yun sa taas. And then, x squared minus 2x minus 24, ito siya. Now, how come naging ganito na lang yung ating given? Kasi yung x minus 6 and x minus 6, since magkamukha sila, cancel out lang yan. Mawawala sila. Ang matitira na lang is x plus 6 and x plus 4. Since nakasimplified na, guys, kunin mo na yung denominator mo, x plus 4 equals to 0. And transpose mo siya, negative 4. So, our vertical asymptote is negative 4. Okay? Example number 6, we have g of x is equal to 1 over 4x squared minus 4x minus 15. So, guys, we have to simplify this one. You have to factor the trinomial by grouping. So, and then my next slide is i-recall lessons kung paano ba nagpa-factor ng by grouping ng trinomial. So now po, kapag finactor ko to, etong makukuha ko, 2x minus 5, 2x plus 3. Okay? So, get the first binomial. Ayan. So, the first answer is 5 over 2. Tapos, dun sa 2x plus 3, transpose ko siya, negative 3, and then lipat. So, here guys, may dalawang solution tayo kasi dalawa yung binomial natin sa ating denominator. So, ito yung kanina na the vertical asymptotes, pwedeng kahit dalawa. Hindi lang ako, more than one ang ating mga vertical asymptotes. So, we have 2. The first one is 5 over 2. The other one is negative 3 over 2. Okay? So, ito yung sinasabi kong recall lesson. If may given kayo na trinomials, by grouping, how you factor it, ito guys, ganito po. Just follow the steps. Marirecall nyo din yung previous lessons nyo nun sa junior high. Okay? This is factor trinomials by grouping. Next. Horizontal asymptotes. Only one horizontal asymptote per function. So, kanina, ang vertical asymptotes is pwedeng lagpas ng isa. So, horizontal, bawal. Only one lang daw. Graph as horizontal dash line. Same din sila ng vertical. Graph may cross the horizontal asymptotes. To find the horizontal asymptotes, compare the degree of the numerator and the denominator, which is n and d. Madali lang to, guys. You just follow this three. Okay? If n is less than d, ha, or a horizontal asymptote, your answer is 0. If your n is equal to d, your ha is depende kung ano yung leading coefficient ng dalawa, ng numerator and denominator nyo. And then the next is, if n is greater than d, therefore, there is no, okay? Walang horizontal asymptotes. So, here's the first example, guys. Okay? So, number 1 is, f of x is equal to x squared minus 3x plus 5, 3x squared over 3x squared plus 7x minus 9. Guys, dito wala na tayong i-compute. Okay, wala tayong iso-factor, wala tayong iso-solve. Titingnan mo lang yung mga coefficient mo, yung degree. Ang degree, guys, yung exponent nung x mo. Okay? Since parehas silang 2, eto na yon. N is equal to d. Denominator, parehas ng sa numerator. So, ang kukunin mo, guys, yung leading coefficient nila. 6 at saka 3. Kaya nga siya 6 over 3. And then, simplified, makukuha natin is 2. So, we have now the horizontal asymptote is 2. For example, number 2 naman, here po, degree of the ano lang ha, ito meron siyang invisible 1. Ito meron siyang squared. So, this time, okay, 1 is less than 2. Diba? So, kapag po ganyan, na mas mababa yung nasa taas, your answer is 0. Kagaya sa number 3, mas mababa yung sa taas kasi 2 and 3. So, automatic, your HA is 0. Kino-compare nyo lang po yung exponent, guys. Tapos titingnan nyo yung degrees nila. So, ulitin ko, kapag equal po sila, titingnan mo yung leading coefficient, yung number sa unahan. Kapag naman, ang mga degree or mga exponent is mas mababa yung sa taas, your HA is 0. Sa number 4, baliktad naman. Mas taas yung nasa exponent na 3 compared dun sa baba. So, this time, 3 is greater than 2, di ba? So, ang sagot dito, guys, is none. Wala kang horizontal asymptotes. So, ulitin ko. Sa horizontal asymptotes, pag parehas ang degree, just get the leading coefficient. Kapag naman, ang mababa na numerator, y is equal to 0. Kapag naman, mas mataas ang numerator, your HA is none. Wala. Okay, this one is galing sa inyong module. Number 1, tingnan nyo po guys, parehas ang ating degree. X raised to 1 to x raised to 1. So, therefore, kunin mo yung leading. Yung 4 at saka yung invisible 1 dito. Diba meron yan? So, 4 divided by 1, it's 4. Example number 2, h of x is equal to 5x squared and 3 plus x. 2 ito, 1 yan. Mas mataas ang numerator sa denominator, therefore, wala kang horizontal asymptotes. Diba? Dali-dali lang. O, g of x, bakit naging siyang y is equal to negative 4? Kasi, kapag sinolve natin to, x times x squared. So, parehas na sila, x squared. So, kunin mo lang yung number sa unahan, negative 4. Since 1 naman yon, negative 4 divided by 1, it's negative 4. So, our HA now is y is equal to negative 4. Okay, eto pa. So, given x-intercept, vertical asymptotes, horizontal asymptotes. Okay? Tingnan nyo siya. Kapag x-intercept, let y be 0. So, magiging 0 tong f of x nito, gagawin mo tong y eh. So, magiging tong 0, cross-multiply. Pag kinross-multiply mo, mawawala yung x minus 3. Maiiwan si 2x plus 1. Eto siya. Pag nilipat mo si 1 sa kabila, okay? So, ang magiging sagot natin, x is 1/2. Vertical asymptotes, tingnan mo yung denominator mo. Yun lang yung tinitingnan sa vertical. And then transpose din. Sa horizontal asymptotes, tingnan mo yung degree. 1 dito, 1 dito. Parehas sila. So, ibig sabihin, itong titingnan mo. 2 at saka yung invisible 1 dito. So, 2 divided by 1, it's 2. Okay? So, that's all guys. I hope may natutunan kayo sa ating lesson. Okay? Next lesson will be yung LC2 natin. Pakihintay na lang po. Okay, this is your teacher Jo. Thank you.